Well, the season's wrapping up, but there's still one more thing to do, and that's finish our dahlia journey with Kate and Jason from Backyard Blooms. So great to see you guys.
You too.
Happy holidays, first of all. You know, it's a holiday season. So this looks a little different right now.
Sure
That's
does.
right. The last time we saw you, we were in full bloom with our dahlia fields.
They were gorgeous.
Yeah, they were gorgeous, but now it looks a lot different. We're looking at a field that we've already completely dug up, but we have saved a few to dig up with you to kind of talk through the end of the journey of the dahlia season.
So dahlias are tropical plants. They're not hardy to this zone. If we leave them in the ground, they'll die, and then we'll have lost the potential for pulling up the tubers and replanting them next year.
Okay.
So by pulling them out of the ground, we can save these tubers and we can grow some plants for next year.
Let's save the tubers.
Save them.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. We pull back our drip irrigation so we're not stabbing through our lines.
Good. So you don't have to replace that next year.
Exactly.
It's like
And
a geyser.
Yeah.
If you want to start far enough back from the plant so that you're not going to stab through any tubers, and then you kind of go down into the soil a little bit, give a little shake. So then I'm going to gently
Oh, wow,
bring
look
it
at this.
out. And this started
that's
from
awesome.
one tuber.
One of these guys, and you got all of them now.
This plant's bringing up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah,
9,
there's
10,
like a
11,
dozen in
12.
there.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, wow.
And so that's what it looks like, and each one of these will grow a new plant.
I think this is the mother tuber here. You can tell because the skin on it is darker. And it usually has more of these side roots.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So now the next step is we need to rinse this off, and we are going to divide this into all viable tubers to grow all new dahlia plants.
Not a drop on you, Jason.
I know.
That gear really works.
It really does. It's great.
So she's all washed up.
All ready to go.
Now what do we do?
All right, so approach to dividing dahlia tubers can be a little intimidating. You know, you got
There's a
this
lot
big
there.
pile of roots, like what do you do?
Sure.
First off is make sure you've got really clean equipment. These snips are sharp and clean, so we've washed them with a little rubbing alcohol to prevent any pathogens from getting into the tuber.
Okay.
So how we usually approach this is I take the bigger snips, cut off the big
Stalk part, yeah.
And then if you look closely, you can see these tubers, these bulbous pieces, you know, potato-like parts, are attached to the neck of the plant. And right at the base, you can see some little bumps.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Right there.
so these little bumps here are the eyes. Now the eyes are what you need to have on each tuber in order to grow a plant.
So you need a tuber and an eye.
You need a tuber and an eye. So you can see that this guy is looking really good at the base and
That
it
one
has
looks
some
great.
eyes. Yeah, so I'll just go in there, cut it off,
All right.
and then we've got a nice solid looking tuber for next
Tuber
year.
and an eye, and
Yes.
that one should be good to go.
Exactly. So importantly, you want to make sure the neck is nice and stable. What happens is when these are pulled out of the ground, often the pressure of the soil against them when they're coming out can kind of break some of the neck. So
right.
for example, on this one, you can see,
Oh, right here.
yeah, this one is no good. So, you know, you can just cut that off,
Just
compost
put it
that.
into the compost.
Yep,
Yep.
that's not worthwhile.
Great.
So the other piece is, once you've got it divided like that, you can cut off any of the extras. So
Oh,
we
okay,
snip
cool.
those tails off, and then we have a solid, easy to store tuber. Once we've divided all of this to our viable tubers, we'll store these in some vermiculite and put them in the basement to sleep for the winter.
We use these hefty, sturdy Rubbermaid containers, and we find that they work perfectly, and they're filled with vermiculite, which is a natural
this
occurring
stuff
mineral.
is
This is organic substance.
Really cool.
Yep. This type we use is coarse.
Yes, yeah, coarse
Very
vermiculite.
flaky.
It seems to be best, the coarse vermiculite, because
Okay.
it tends to allow more airflow through the dahlia tubers over the winter. So we water them just with a watering can, and each one of these, I would say, takes about half a cup per month.
You can see they're just all
Yeah.
gently layered in there, and so layer of vermiculite, layer of tubers, layer of vermiculite, layer of tubers.
So once the soil temperature outside has reached 55 or
55,
more,
okay.
we'll put them in the ground. We like for the weather to be settled, so it's not too rainy, because they can potentially rot if they're put in too early.
Thanks so much for you know, this dahlia journey that started back in the spring and now is kind of wrapping up right now. You can catch a lot of their instructional videos and all kinds of great info on their Instagram account, and it's Backyard Blooms, right, on Instagram?
Backyard Blooms, Maine.
So Gardening with Gutner Season 2, that's a wrap. I want to say happy holidays to all of you, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.